Jason from Sutherland.
Howdy.
You're back.
Yes.
And I did not do my homework. I was supposed to hang that. I'm sorry.
It's alright, we got it.
I was a little preoccupied with this foot.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Jason's a cool guy, right? So what's the plan today?
So I just added those Reflectix, and then I'm putting in these.
Oh, these are new.
In case you want to hang anything.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just kind of putting them in just different spots where I think we could put some hooks on it.
For sure.
And then I am kind of dry fitting the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to do the ceiling first before I do anything else.
Yeah.
And then also paint the floor. And I still need to screw down the floor. So hopefully today I could at least maybe dry fit the ceiling and cut all those to fit before we start installing it.
Nice. There's something you might not know about him. 3 o'clock check-in, Jason. You got the 1 or 2 on? 1 or 2 thick?
This is 1.
Okay.
And then I'm just measuring out the second one. So
okay.
It's 2 layers of 2 inch. So that's 4. It'll end up being 4 inches plus another ½ inch.
Okay, good. He's a cancer survivor. I'll leave the link to his video on that in the description. The question is, did our nails work?
They work for this one.
Our homemade nails.
But yeah, initially we're gonna do it 2½ inches. So now it's gonna end up being 4½.
Oh snap!
So, it should be fine still, because I use those for this, and then we're gonna glue on the rest of the layers.
So the next layer of insulation, you're just gonna glue on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it should work out.
We were just gonna do 1 layer of insulation. Decided to do 2.
Yeah.
And now you're just gonna glue the second one on. Okay, that'll work. But there's something about that story that really resonated with me, and it was when he was meeting with the doctor and he was declared clear of cancer, and Jason asked the doctor, well, what now? And the doctor said something along the lines of, just go back to the way you were living.
That made no sense to us. Like, go back to normal?
Go back to normal?
Like what? Like it never happened? How do you do that? If I was eating unhealthy, do I go back to eating unhealthy? That made no sense. So that's when we really decided just to really do our research on what is good for us.
Wait a minute, isn't that the definition of insanity? To do the same thing over and over again and expect different results? And that's part of Jason's journey and why he ended up from California to North Carolina to Homestead. That's all in his changing his life to do something different so that doesn't happen again. Recently had an infection in my foot. Just a little bit of redness. Little bit of redness there. Got complete use in it. It's totally healing up from the skin infection. And I'm thinking about Jason a lot. And although this isn't nearly as severe, what natural medicine I've noticed tends to do is say, what caused this? Let's get to the root of this. It's like one commenter said on our other video, I encourage people to check their feet every day, keep them dry them off after they've been wet. These are things that go far to prevent this in the future. So I can't go back to the way it was and expect different results. So I vowed with being okay with not getting it all done. I want to be out, need to be out moving the pigs to new forest ground. I made sure to get what we were doing done around the house before we rush off and go to another project. I'll admit, it drives me nuts. I feel so stressed and churned inside because I feel like I should be doing something else. But without having a kitchen, everything has taken a little bit longer. But I think that's something I'm gonna have to get used to or cope with or whatever. I'm gonna fix the dry foot problem by, digging up my old Earth Runner sandals. Finally time to relace these things. Repairing the straps on them.
Grab that tip of that lace.
And get my feet aired out. I think that's good. Okay. Those feel good. I'm back. Also, and probably most important, is going back to our previous schedule that somehow we lost track of in all the busyness. Going to bed on time. doing self-care, getting off the screens an hour before we go to bed. Stopping whatever we're doing to make that happen. You got 50 minutes. We got to get back on schedule. We got to get on resting.
No, but I just want to relax and not do anything. I'm so tired. I was going to go out in the garden, but apparently I'm not. So.
Okay. I'm vulnerable with you guys, share my story with you guys, my mistakes, failures, wins, all of it, to encourage you. And hopefully it does encourage you. Hopefully you can learn some from my mistakes and prevent this for yourself, or at least relate to it for yourself in the future.